Okay guys, welcome back. Today we are going to show you step by step on how to refinish this carbon fiber hood. Now, we bought this hood this way. It was a $150 hood. There's going to be a lot of times that you can find carbon fiber really cheap due to the fact of it hazing over, cloudiness, maybe someone painted it because they didn't know how to restore it properly. In this case, this one, it was painted. I'm assuming it was cloudy. You can see a little bit of cloudiness through here and a couple other spots, obviously. And then someone else bought it. They wanted to try to restore it. They sanded half the hood, I'm assuming by hand, because you can see some sand scratches in it, so they used the wrong grade of sandpaper. It probably took them a long time to do this by hand. They gave up, they sat on it, and then Jeff bought it for his car, and now we wanted to give it the carbon fiber look. We're gonna show you how to do this and do this properly. There's going to be a couple things that we're not going to do in this video because it's a $150 carbon fiber hood. So I'm going to just walk you through that. So you will see right here, you can see a couple cracks in the resin. We aren't going to fix that. Jeff doesn't care about it. You know, he just wants the look. So this hood is wet right now. You can see how it gives you the carbon fiber look on it. That's what we're going to go for. Obviously, when we clear it, it's going to be a lot deeper than what it is right now. Like you can see, that looks really good. It's because it's November for us, and there was a little bit of snow on this when we brought it in. That's why it gives you the wet look. So I'm going to show you the cloudiness. You can see through here, you can see how it's hazy all through here, and we're probably going to get that through the whole entire hood. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through it. We're going to strip this side. We're going to sand out the sand scratches on that side, hopefully, depending on how deep they went. And then we are going to go on with it. And then we're going to clear the whole hood. To make this easy, guys, you could do it by hand, but I'm going to tell you it wouldn't be worth your time. So you're going to need a feather edger, and you're going to need some 400 sandpaper. Now, you could go down to 320 as long as you don't break through the edges. You got to be very careful around all the edges.
320 is fine, like on this.
On the paint would be good, yeah. On the carbon fiber, like when I built carbon fiber parts, I would sand it with 80 grit. Once it was done, go 80, 180, 320, 400, clear. I don't do that crap that people tell you need to go to 1200, 1800, wet sand it, clear it, buff it. No, they don't know what they're doing. To be 100% honest, I've done body work all my life. You can clear over 400 and you won't see the difference. So you go into 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1500, and wet sanding it, you're just wasting your time. Let's do this quick.
That's less for it to grab onto
yeah.
as well. Like,
you want something that the clear is going to get into, it's going to hold on to, and not peel. So it's starting to dry up, so you'll see how cloudy it really is. You'll see here how it's getting really, really cloudy. That's what the hood's going to look like as soon as it's dry. Same with the center here. You can see the cloudiness. And if I put my hand on it, you'll see. Now right here, that's sand scratches from someone that was using the wrong grit. Same within here. There's tons of sand scratches we're going to see. We're going to hope to do it all out. So we're going to let this dry. And once it's dry, we'll come back. We're going to start knocking this down. We're going to walk you through it, guys. It should be pretty simple, pretty easy. If you're looking for maybe just refinishing carbon fiber, I have a video for that as well. This one's going to be refinish and strip. Now, the longest part is going to be stripping this because you don't want to be too coarse of sandpaper to go through and show you scratches here. So it shouldn't take too long. It's going to be sped up for you guys. We'll stop along the way. We'll show you how to do it. But I would suggest getting some 400 sandpaper, maybe some 320 on your feather edger, and go. Another good thing, if you're not really comfortable with sanding your own hood, is you can get a backing pad for your feather edger. I'll show you afterwards. And basically, if you're using 400, your backing pad makes it not as coarse, so you'll be technically using 100 grit higher, so it'll be 500, so that way you're not being coarse around the edges and your chance of breaking through. So once this is dry, guys, we'll come back, we'll walk you through it, and it'll be super exciting. So we got it dried off. Now you can see that it's really hazy. You can see the sand scratches, which I don't know what they used. Oh, you can feel it too.
Really, well, that's the thing, you can see the difference. This is where we were before, just testing to see how far would come back, and then this is them.
So Jeff is correct. We did try this the other day. So the paint used to come right about here, and I just took the feather edger with some 400, and you can see the difference. So here it's nice and smooth. Here it's coarse, really, really coarse through here, really deep through there.
This probably like hand, like,
and then you can see here that the weave, perfect. You can see the weave here. So I don't know what they did there. That it almost looks like they got into the weave.
Went a little deep.
Doesn't feel like it, so we might be safe. Here is my concern, because that is a bevel through here. We're gonna have to use the foam backing pad through here, which I'll show you guys that. So here it is. Here is the hood. Here's the start of it. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're just gonna take some 400. We're gonna strip this side first, and then we're gonna come back to this side and worry about this side afterwards. So you can see that we were sanding, and what we did was we jumped to a 180, and the whole point of the 180 is just to knock off the couple coats of clear, couple coats of base. So you see I've already started to break through here. Now I was trying to make sure I wasn't sanding the carbon fiber too much with the 180, so that way I can feather it with some 320 and get the sand scratches out. So it's just to help strip it, and you'll see here, like I mentioned before, the couple cracks that was in the resin before. We're not worried about that. We're not gonna groove it out and re-resin it. So pretty well, I'm just gonna finish this piece here, work my way down to here, and then I'm gonna 320, 400 this, and then we'll talk about this edge here, because this is gonna be the difficult spot where if you're gonna break through, it's gonna be here, or it's gonna be around here where there's basically a hard line. You don't wanna get it through there. We got this part done, like you've seen before. We knocked it down with 180 just to get through the clear in the base. We didn't break through the sealer too much. And then we 320'd where we went. My hand is just vibrating. So let's blow it off and see what we got. Now, good practice is, so I sand it roughly to about here. This was done previously before we bought it. Is if you take some water or wax and grease remover, if you spray it, you'll see what it's gonna look like once we get it cleared. So basically water will show you what this hood's gonna look like. So I'm gonna just spray the whole thing real quickly to give us an idea. So you can see where I went. You can still see it's gonna be a little bit cloudy, but we still haven't finished it yet with 400. You can see that I started coming across here to get rid of their sand scratches. So as it is right now, you gotta remember, this is a $150 hood with just some time.
You actually see the difference in the...
Yeah. This should still be a little cloudy because what they use for sandpaper, so we're gonna have to try to sand it out. But like that looks great. And if you actually spray, you can notice that the cracks aren't even all that bad yet. So like, yes, we knew it was cracked. Yes, we're not fixing it, but you can't really tell all that much. So I'm gonna wipe this down, and then we're gonna go over the procedure of here, because this is gonna be a little tougher where it's dipped down. You don't wanna break through. And then we're gonna have some more fun. So what we're gonna do is, this is called a backing pad. So it's foam, it's just so you don't create hard edges. So if I'm sanding, it kind of gives you the contour. So when we're gonna sand with the feather edger, we can get in there. You still gotta be careful of the high spot and the low spot, because if you don't focus on it too much, you will break through and burn through the resin as well. So all we're gonna do is our foam backing pad. We're gonna stick to the 180 so we can knock down this red paint faster, and then we'll do the same thing we did here. We'll 320 it, and then when we're done, we're gonna do 400 the whole hood.
But where we noticed they have sand scratches on there because they did theirs by hand, we're gonna have to 320 probably that side of the hood to hopefully get rid of their sand scratches, and then we'll 400 it and it should be ready for some clear. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is gonna be the trickiest part. You're gonna wanna be able to do it. When you see I'm doing that, you'll see just by the looks of it, high spot, low spot, not getting much. So you gotta be very careful that you do it evenly and not break through. And when you were watching me earlier, I was going the whole panel. So I'm not really focusing on just one spot. Like I said, you can see I'm jumping around. I'm not focusing on one spot. So I'm just trying to knock it down. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch me do this. So we'll get this knocked down, so we get back down to the sealer, and then we'll jump to the 320 so we don't get into the carbon fiber. So you'll see that I wasn't focusing on what I was sanding. I was tipping the sander to try not to hit the edge. So when I was sanding that, I was going like this and staying away from the edge as much as possible. Same with down here, because we still got a 320 and 400 this, so it should take that out. So, and you saw I kept on moving my sander every which way so I don't focus on one spot. So it's kind of harder, it takes a little more experience to do an edge like this because it's rounded. So you gotta make sure you're moving from side to side. You gotta make sure you're not hitting that edge because your edge will be the high spot and that's where it's gonna break through if it breaks. Okay, so the hood is done for this side. So let's see what it's gonna look like. We're probably gonna have to sand the other side still to get the sand scratches out that they did. My side's only been done with 320. We still got a 400 it. But you'll start to see now that it's starting to look like the carbon fiber hood again. So there is a little bit of haze through here. Nope, that's actually just dust. So we're actually good there. You'll see when I wipe it, it goes away, except for a little bit in here. So we're gonna have to still 400 the whole thing. You'll see that looks great all through there. So, like I said, that nick we're not worried about. We got in there pretty good. There's still a little bit of red there, we'll have to do by hand. And then, so basically we're gonna wipe it down one more time. We're going to 320 this side, 400 the whole hood. And as you see, it's actually gonna clean up really well for a $150 hood. Now, mind you, we have spent probably, I'd say $100 in sandpaper for the price of our sandpaper. And then our time, so, you know, the clear is gonna be free because we have to clear that. So for the amount of clear we're gonna use on this, I would probably waste it anyway. So it's gonna work out pretty good as you see. It's laying. The good thing about the water is you can actually see how it's gonna lay. So it's not really all that wavy through there. That's how it's gonna lay when it comes time. Okay, so here it is wet down. You can see that it has a nice shine. Now, again, you'll see a little right here that was there before, and you can see a little bit of a haze right in here. I can't get that any better due to the fact that the first person that sanded it almost went too far here. So I'm kind of stuck with the way that looks. So as you see, they don't look terrible. It's getting there. The water on it's looking nice. So basically, water can show you anything. Now you gotta remember, the biggest thing is this is a cheap hood, but it was never cared for before, and you can see me just doing this, that it's gonna bring back the shine quite a bit. So the only thing I need to do now is sand in here and in here. If it was me and it was my hood, I would probably just tape that up and spray a little black paint on each side just to get rid of the red that's in there. But we'll wait and see what Jeff wants to do because it is Jeff's hood, not mine. So you see that's it. So now that that's done, guys, the only thing I have to do now is literally clear it, which I'll show you guys clearing. Clearing is quite simple. I'm going to use automotive clear, not the spray can stuff. I'm going to actually spray it out of my gun just because I'm going to be spraying the Roadster at the same time. So we probably have 3 hours into this hood, almost 4 hours to be honest. And that was only stripping half the hood and fixing the sand scratches they got on the other side. So it's very time consuming, but if you're doing it yourself, to save a few bucks, it's pretty easy. I might be into it for like $100 in supplies. So $150 for the hood, $100 in supplies, you got yourself a mint hood again. Or not mint, because this one does have a crack there and a little blemish on the side, but you refinish the carbon fiber hood. Most people won't notice a blemish because it's carbon fiber. It's going to shine, it's going to be bright, it's going to be nice, and well, we'll show you when it's done, when it's on the car. Okay guys, so you see that we got it all done. We taped it up so I can paint the little black in here on both sides like it would be from factory, just to make it look good. You're not going to notice much of a difference anyways when it's done because the washer nozzle covers that. That's going to leave it a wraps to that. I'll show you guys when it comes time. Now I'm going to start working on my other project. Okay guys, next day, it's dry, it's good, it's ready to go. Now, I do have a run right there, which can be cut and buffed, that's no big deal. I put a lot of clear on this. As you see, it shines really well. Even that little blemish that was there, you can't really tell now. Actually, it was right about there, was a blemish. The only thing you can really see, which we told you at the very beginning, was right there. You can see the lines. That's the crack in the resin. You can probably cut and buff that and smooth that out. Biggest thing is I just V it and put some new resin in if you want to get to that extent. But you'll see that there's no more red. A little bit of black line around there like we knew. One right there. And the hood's done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up, guys. And I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. It does help the channel out. If you're here for the carbon fiber refinishing, well, we are going to build some carbon fiber molds next, some carbon fiber fenders, some stuff like that. So there's always carbon fiber content. If you're here for the SRT stuff, guys, there's tons of that. Thanks a lot. Thanks for checking me out. We'll catch you next time.